least I don't do crystal meth in the bathroom all night long.
That's my opinion!
He will never emotionally fulfill you.
Because I don't want to be a part of it.
Go to sleep! Go to sleep!
Close your legs to married men, trash box.
I'll tell you how I'm doing. Not well, bitch.
Who gonna check me, boo?
Welcome to Morally Corrupt. I am Rachel Lindsay. She is Callie Crerie. You guys, we made it to the end of Salt Lake City, and that is where we're going to start and possibly where we're going to end because Callie, no, but these women have to be in on planning these episodes because there's no way that Angie, and if she did, kudos to her, came up with having a Greek tragedy as something not just that where they act it out, but where they tell their story to an actual playwright. And then she takes it and runs with it and creates a masterpiece. I am a fan of the arts, Callie. I see plays, I see musicals. I don't know when's the last time I've seen something quite as good as the Greek tragedy I watched.
Oh, wow. You thought it was
week.
good.
What? Not the acting. A lot of people were like kind of like upset. Please tell me this side of it.
Just because it's like so planned.
I loved it.
It's so planned. I liked it. I didn't like the play. I liked like what came from it. I liked that they all got to call each other out. I don't think that these women are necessarily planning everything. I think that they don't care to do right by each other. Like when they had those one-on-one meetings with that woman, they were 100% willing to get off whatever they wanted.
To a stranger.
You know what I mean?
To a stranger.
Yeah. Like it wasn't like everything's fine and da-da-da-da. No, it was like, Brittany don't see her kids. She chooses men over her kids. Like, it was like, we're worried about Meredith. We think she's popping pills. She might be an alcoholic. Like, there was no, I have your back. They were willing to spill it all. I mean, maybe that's what's allowed this show to be so good, because they all call each other out all the time.
It almost feels like you're saying that we are in the golden age of Salt Lake City. And it might go downhill, and it might go downhill from here. That's what it sounds like.
Some people think that people are like, they have gotten high off their own supply. They know how much people love the show. They know, they have to keep it going.
Yeah.
And so maybe they're trying a little bit too hard. And I guess there has to be a balance though, right? Because we have Salt Lake on one side and we have Beverly Hills on the other side. Right now, everyone in Beverly Hills is basically getting along, except for the new girl, which I barely care about, right? I ain't rushing to watch that franchise. Are you?
No. There's too many other great things on.
Yeah, so there has to be some sort of middle.
Yeah.
But you still have to feel like you're friends at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, I did not think that this was that episode. There have been other episodes where I have felt that way with Salt Lake City. This was not the one to me. And maybe because I was actually expecting more of a fallout after watching the Greek tragedy. And it made me think, because there wasn't as much of an uproar about the things that were said and mentioned, it made me feel like these women, to your point, don't really care about each other, don't really care, and are unfazed at this point of all the ugly things that are said about each other, because there was a lot of ugly. And even the way that, because clearly these women sat down with this playwright, and then she sat down with the producers, and they were like, let's fill in the blanks. Because for them to start out with Lisa, one of the eldest.
Was the best part. That was the best. No, the eldest.
The eldest.
The eldest.
I was hooked.
And then it flashed to Whitney's face, and she was like, ooh.
Mary and Whitney were giving the best reactions,
yeah,
by far. But them starting it out with that, I audibly go, "Ooh, not the eldest." It was everything.
Which, by the way, I don't think I knew she was the oldest. Maybe I should have, but
Well,
I didn't
they
know.
definitely want us to know now,
They wanted us to know.
which explains almost some of the overcompensating in certain ways. But there were so many nasty, and even the way that they were like, and then Lisa turned to Bronwyn. I was like, okay, it makes it seem like straight up that these people specifically said these things about the
Things
other.
about each other,
And that's
yeah.
not how it lined up, at least in the
No.
flashbacks that they gave us. That's not what was happening per se. But that's not how they would receive it. So I was even expecting a bigger reaction of, I can't believe you said this, Lisa. And, you said this, Meredith. Like, and we just weren't necessarily.
I thought that at the
Getting them.
beginning of the play, and then by the end of it, I was like, oh, it just happens to be. I don't think that they're saying that they're saying those things. So I wonder if the women thought the same thing. But even like the reaction afterwards, how Angie and Lisa weren't offended at first and were just like, I want to be better and I want to be friends with you and that was amazing and da-da-da-da. It took Bronwyn to be like, what are you all talking about? That
We
shit
love
was
Bronwyn.
offensive as fuck.
Bronwyn said, I was in tears. I was like,
Not
I
only
love
for
Bronwyn.
myself, but for some of the stuff they said about y'all too.
I was like, thank God for Bronwyn. Like, truly.
Yeah, I was like, are we really going to pretend like that was like all great? And
that
nothing?
was weird.
Yeah, I was like, what? That they said crazy shit.
That part was really weird. Yeah, it just, yeah.
Like I was waiting for Brittany to be like, y'all, like, I can't believe y'all would say that about me.
Brittany was a mute the entire
know.
time, which almost played into some of the
Everything
things that
they
were said
said.
about her, because it was
Yes.
like, did she understand what was happening? That's how I felt. I was like, does Brittany even
Well-
know what this play represented, what it mean, and that she was criticized within it? Like, in my mind, Brittany thought that those were fictional characters, and they were talking about some actual, like
random people.
like Greek mythology. I think that's
Yeah.
what Brittany thought.
I was also thinking like maybe Brittany can't pay attention very long. So like she missed some of the things that were said about her. That's what I was thinking. So I'm like, they said that you basically have zero substance, that you don't live in the same reality that they live in, that you prioritize men over your children.
Right.
And you're just like, do. I'm like, were you there? Did you hear what was just said?
No, she wasn't. She wasn't. And I also, by the end of it, said, how lit are these ladies? Because
Heather was blacked out.
Heather was, okay, we're going to back up, because the Greek tragedy is
at the end?
Is at the very end, and it was, I'm sorry, it was brilliant. I just don't know why people are criticizing it. I have accepted the pomp and circumstance that comes with Salt Lake City. It's a part of it. It's a campy franchise. No other franchise could do this. Remember back in the day where we always used to see goat yoga or throwing axes
we talked about that
on Bravo shows. What Salt Lake does, like the Boston Tea Party or the Greek, nobody else can do it. It is just particular to them. And so I've accepted it. I expect it at this point.
Yeah.
And I don't want anybody else to do their version of this. Even when Heather, I don't know if it was last season or seasons before, was like, everybody say something that's in your text message. That is outrageous, but it was everything. And that's kind of the reaction that I was expecting for this episode. But we'll start back at the beginning. Let's go back. We're literally doing what Bravo shows do.
Where it started. Where did it start?
The last day of the trip. It's funny. It's like what we just did is what Bravo editing does. They show you something at the end and then they rewind.
And then it'll be like 12 hours earlier.
That is us right now. So let's go back to the beginning. It starts out where it's Bronwyn and Meredith going at it, because Bronwyn is so upset that she feels like Meredith confides in her on camera and off camera, and then takes what, Bronwyn tries to share information with her as a friend, maybe like, hey, don't do this, or maybe, hey, this was said. And then Meredith takes it, twists it, and spews it back out. as a weapon towards people. And Bronwyn's like, I've had enough of it. And she confronts Meredith about it. And one of the best things I think is she's like, you called me off camera to talk. You wanted to talk to me off camera.
Yeah.
And it really goes back to the mystery of Meredith. And it makes sense why it's like Meredith versus everybody, except for Lisa.
Well, yeah, except for Lisa. And then that's another thing. There's a bunch of people online that are on Meredith's side.
Really?
A lot.
Well, is it the pylon? People don't like that.
No, it's like a Meredith versus Heather. And most people are on Meredith's side.
What? I don't understand the back and forth.
I think like the people on TikTok are basically like, what did you guys expect? You guys have called her an alcoholic. You guys have called her a pill
That I
popper. You're
understand.
saying you're worried about her. What was she supposed to, how did you think she was going to react?
You know, I would have that type of thought as well when it comes to Meredith if it wasn't for Mary. Mary's reaction feels so genuine and
I think it is.
And truly, I do too. And truly coming from a place of cut the bullshit, cut everything else. Guys, let's just say what it is. We are concerned. This behavior isn't normal. And you know, they're filming way more hours than we get in this 1
Than what
hour
we see.
of television.
Yeah.
Not even 1 hour, 40 minutes of television. So the fact that they keep highlighting that Meredith is one way at the beginning of the day and totally different in the middle, and then another person at the end of the day, it makes me feel like it's so extreme that even Mary's like, I can't even save face for you. There is something genuinely wrong with you.
Well, yeah. Also, I'd like to note that during all of that, Lisa did not say
I
anything.
know.
She was covering her mouth.
I know.
The only reason why Lisa stood up is I think she thought they took it too far when they brought in Seth.
Yeah. Yeah. And
So I'm like, so Lisa, are you worried too? Because you were letting it rock until they brought up Seth.
I know. I thought that too. Meredith walked away. Guys, we're back at the Greek tragedy. Meredith walked away and
And
went to
came
the
back.
bathroom, and Lisa
Yeah.
still didn't do anything.
Uh-huh.
And when she came back and she was like, I just have one question. What's the goal? And Mary's like, the goal is we're concerned about you, and that's what we keep talking about behind your back.
She's like, you want to know what we were talking about at lunch? You. We were talking about you. We were worried about you.
And I thought to her, you know, before she's like, Mary's like, I've seen these patterns before. This is why I'm concerned. It feels
Wait.
very familiar to me.
Mary or
Mary saying
Whitney?
this about, well, Whitney says it in this episode, but Mary
Yeah.
kind of is alluding like her son
yeah,
in
yeah,
the
yeah.
past. But then Whitney is like, I've only seen this a couple
With
of
my
times,
family.
and this is when. Let me ask you, do you think there is something wrong with Meredith? And I'll break it up this way. Do you think that there's something wrong, as in there's a substance issue, like that's being not even alluded to, just flat out said by some of the ladies?
Yeah.
Or do you think that she is hiding something, and that is causing her to have this erratic behavior? Hiding something not with substance abuse, but like within her
In her
personal
life.
life with Seth
Yeah.
or whatever it may be.
Did you see the video that they posted?
What? I see. Callie is our insider to what is
No.
happening in the streets, and I love it. What video?
Meredith and Seth posted this very strange video
Oh.
of them on a beach, and they're just like, they're just breathing together.
It aired after this episode.
I don't know. Either right after or like right before.
I did not see it.
Very, very weird video. Do I think something? I think her behavior has to be off for every single person on the cast to think that something is going on. Makes me believe that something's going on. What that something is, I don't know. I don't think it's her marriage. I don't think she cares if Seth is
Really?
out to dinner. Well, this is like the 10th time something has come up between her and Seth. And it's gone both ways. There's been rumors about Seth cheating. There's been rumors about Meredith cheating. And they're apart a lot. So I don't know what their situation is, but they seem to be okay with it, whatever it is, whether it's monogamy, whether it's open, whether it's, I don't know what it is, whatever it is. They both seem fine with it at the moment. So I don't think it's her marriage that she's stressing about. I don't know what else it could be. And I don't know if she is, just has a bad prescription situation happening. I'm not saying like bad that she's abusing it, that maybe she has like a bad combination between whatever. She might be on something for depression. She might be on something for anxiety. Like, I don't know. I have no idea. And sometimes if you mix the wrong things, plus you add an alcohol, that could create like a roller coaster like behavior. I have no idea, but I think her behavior is off. I just can't imagine that every single person on the cast thinks one thing and is saying the exact same thing to each other in different ways, and it to be completely normal.
Yeah.
Also, most of these women have been on the show for a long time. Like, it's not like she's a new person and they don't know that that's just how she acts.
Right.
She's been on the show since season 1, and
Right.
so have 3 other women. Whitney's been on since the beginning. Heather's been on since the beginning. Lisa's been on since the beginning.
Right.
Mary's been on since the beginning. So 4 other women. And Angie's known Meredith.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, all these people are wrong? At the very least, can you say that your behavior has been erratic because of X? Whatever it is.
Yeah.
But she's saying, I'm 100% fine.
Yeah.
Remember, like, a while ago, you asked me, like, do you think that she just doesn't remember?
Yes, I did say that.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but all of it together doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it just feels like such a good point about like these women have known her. Well, we're in our, what, is it the 6th season? Yeah, the 6th season. And they've known her, some of them have known her even longer than that. And I don't think it's just a storyline to say, oh, something's wrong with Meredith, because before, when there was something like, remember when she was having issues, like something happened maybe with one of her nephews or something like that, and she was kind of like getting really angry, and then she said what it was.
Finally said what it was.
Never were they like, Meredith's not acting normal. It was just, that wasn't the storyline. It was like, yeah, like Meredith was a certain way, but it wasn't this. This just feels different. And it also even plays into, and we've said it before on this podcast, on Reality Hot Seat, how both Heather and Bronwyn were like, we think Meredith should be friend of. And at the time, we hadn't gotten to the finale yet. And now I'm thinking the reason they're saying that is because there's something wrong with her and she might need to take a step back, rather than when I initially heard them say it, I thought, ooh, they're being messy and petty, like Meredith's not giving enough. I think it's a little bit of both, but I lean more towards, you just need to maybe like not be here right now.
Take a break. Kind of like what happened with Dorinda. Or they might think, or they might know, we don't know, that there is stuff happening in her life and we don't know what it is. So why are you on the show if you're not going to tell us anything that's happening?
I do think that there's something going on with the family. And I particularly think it is with Seth. I do. And maybe I'm giving Bronwyn too much in what I'm about to say, but Bronwyn has had her marriage litigated for the 2 seasons that she has been on with us. Like, very much so, everybody's paying attention to every detail. There have been rumors about Todd. She's owned up to some of it. Some of it, we don't know. She's talked about possibly changing the dynamic of their marriage to save it and maybe opening it up, all the things. I feel like she would not have brought up somebody else's marriage unless she actually thought that there was an issue because of what has happened with her marriage on the show, to where we now know we're leading into a finale where she's going to say they're separated. I feel like she's not telling us the full story when it comes to what she saw at that dinner. But if you saw, Callie, your friend's married husband with a woman at dinner, what would you have to see that would make you think that it wasn't just two old friends catching up or an investment dinner? Is it the time of day? Is it the type of restaurant? Is it how they were sitting? Is it the wine? Is it something Bronwyn saw that made her think? Because you wouldn't assume that initially, right? Like if I saw my friend's husband out with someone, I would be like, who's that? Or was like when Seth saw them, did he act differently? I don't know if I would immediately assume the worst.
If you were out to dinner, let's say it was in New York, so let's say 8 p.m., right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is still fairly early. I'm giving them like a little bit there.
Mm-hmm.
8 p.m. dinner. By the way, not early for me. I'm saying early for like a dinner in New York.
Okay.
Just Seth and a woman? Like, even like an investor dinner, why would it just be you and one woman? And why would it need to be at 8 p.m.? Am I wrong? Like, I was really trying to think.
If it was
I've never
an
had
old
to go on a
friend,
one-on-one business
do you
dinner.
think Seth's that stupid? It's New York City.
Yeah,
You're
that's
so
true.
popular. Or you could say that he did it on purpose because of what I just said. Seth's not that stupid. He wouldn't do it that publicly. It's New York and people know you. I don't know. I've really thought about this since
Would you
Bronwyn
go on
said
a
it.
one-on-one dinner with a guy when you're married?
With my significant, not even, how about like somebody I'm like really love?
Dating?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without telling him, no. Like if it was somebody, if I was going for whatever reason, right? And
Yeah,
a
which I guess
business
if I was
meeting-
Meredith, that would have been my response. I would have been like if my husband was out to dinner one-on-one with a woman past 8 p.m., I better know.
You better know about it. Exactly.
What dinner and who it is and da-da-da.
And it
So
better
if
be
was to
so rare that you could be,
You know
like,
exactly what it
oh, are
is.
you talking about that dinner with Crystal?
Like, I'm literally thinking in my head right now, I'm like, when has Seth gone to dinner? And I remember this was like a few years ago. But like, that was the first thing that came to my head. I was like, oh yeah, he did go to a late dinner, Tao, with one of my best friends once, but like I set it up. But like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You
like,
knew about it. You can point to the one instance.
I'm saying I immediately am thinking about that dinner.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if that were me, if I were Meredith, I'd be like, who, when he went to eat with Jessica?
Exactly. And Meredith is a professional at this point of brushing it off.
Everything off,
right?
yeah.
Of being like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. But I just feel like she would have been like, here you go again, trying to bring up my marriage. That was an investment dinner. I left
blue ribbon.
I left early. Or
He ordered
I knew.
the tuna sashimi.
That was my sister. Yes, like something you would have said just to shut it down and not walk away. And it makes me feel like she has no idea what Bronwyn is talking about. And again, I just think
But do you
Bronwyn's
think
somebody
she cares?
Yes. I think
Do you think she cares that he's
about
at dinner with a woman, or does she think she cares that Bronwyn saw it?
I think she cares about her reputation.
Okay.
I think she cares about looking stupid, right? It's like, I'm sure you know this too. I know people who are like, I know that you might do something like I know women who are in relationships who might be like, you're probably going to do something. Don't embarrass me.
Oh God. Yeah. I know.
Exactly. Well, I know you.
Yeah.
Like, it's a part of dating a particular person.
Yes.
That are like, don't embarrass me. That could be them. And I think that she just doesn't want to be embarrassed. Don't make me look like a fool. And that could be their arrangement. And this is another reason the tragedy, the aftermath of the tragedy upset me, is because there was so much that was thrown out there. And to your point, they first tried to act like, let's just start over and be brand new. And this was great. And then Bronwyn's like, cut the shit. Like, let's really talk about it. Or Mary's like, are we friends or are we not? And then they're telling Meredith cries, and I kind of glossed over that. Like she does open up and she's like, I'm a very sensitive person.
Yeah.
But it didn't make sense. It's like, also then the second time when Whitney tries to get up and talk to her and she's like, this is why I don't open up. And she's like, I carry the weight of the world on my shoulders.
Yeah, I didn't understand that at all. I want to leave the world in a better place than I came in.
I was like, okay, Meredith, now you're that's when I was like, are you going to remember this? I was like, are these ladies drunk?
Okay, so yeah, so that was around the point where I was like, Heather's on another planet. Heather was fucked up, like blackout. I don't know. There was no one else that appeared to be as drunk to me as Heather. Brittany was also drunk. So that is another reason why I was like, is that why Brittany doesn't know what's going on? I feel like, when you're drunk.
Yeah.
And you're just like, let me not say anything.
Yeah.
That was the vibes Brittany was giving me.
100%.
I feel like Brittany was like, these women already told everyone that I was throwing up and then hammering more drinks in the bathroom by myself.
Right. I'm
hammered. I got to just sit this one out. I got to be quiet. I got to get through this. I don't want any more accusations of being an alcoholic, which also Meredith said, you don't want me to talk about the pills that I've seen Whitney and Heather take. You don't want me to talk about the cocktail of pills that Brittany takes. So yeah.
Yeah.
Whitney seemed fine to me though. Whitney seemed fine. Lisa seemed fine to me. Does Mary drink? She seemed fine.
Not like, Mary was fine.
Yeah.
Bronwyn seemed fine to me too.
Bronwyn seemed fine to me too.
Yeah, the weight of the world thing, if I was in that friend group and Meredith said that to me, I would have been like, are you gaslighting me? Like, I would have lost it at that point. That has nothing to do with anything.
Like, what specifically are you talking about?
I think Meredith was lit. And I think when Meredith also gets to a certain point of being lit, she walks away. I think that that's part of her walk off as well. And I think at that point, Lisa could also see that Meredith was 3 sheets to the wind and was like, I got to get my friend out of here too. Because I don't think Lisa was at all. Did you say Lisa?
No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. It was Heather and Brittany that seemed like they were gone.
Yeah.
Like gone, which made me think like.
And Meredith.
How long? Well, yeah, and Meredith. How long were they sitting out there?
Yeah.
How many drinks did they have?
Yeah.
Because like the wind was blowing. I'm like, are they cold?
No.
I had so many questions.
That's how I knew Heather was also done. Everybody was like bundled up, and Heather had
nothing. She had it like
Heather was
draped
sleeves
around,
out.
draped around her shoulders.
I said, "Oh, she is lit.
She's warm.
She is very warm." Yeah. And the other thing that bothered me too, when Bronwyn's very good at timing when she puts certain things out there.
It just seems acted, and it's just that's how she talks. But sometimes I'm like even when she talked about like in the bus, and she was like, "You did this, you said that, da 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 da. I'm not gonna do this anymore." Blah blah blah, and like no one really reacted because everyone's like, "Who knows if that's true or not?" Like,
well, it also seemed. And maybe this is Brahma. She gets to a point where she's had enough and she just lets it all out. She got very angry very quickly.
The reaction didn't. What is it? The reaction didn't
meet the moment. I don't know. I'm bad with I'm bad
the reaction.
Things.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what the saying is, but it's like the reaction was way bigger than the moment.
Yeah.
So it just kind of felt like you were planning to do that.
Yeah.
You're waiting for your moment for that.
Maybe so. But
it seemed like the women were like, it's probably a little bit true, but I'm not giving it to her because that was too much.
Yeah. And with her timing though, like when she said the thing about Seth at the lunch, the last episode, I was like, perfect timing. Great. When she brought it up at the tragedy, I was like,
yeah,
you brought it up out of nowhere. Meredith's already about to leave. And then you didn't explain it. You just said, I saw Seth eating with another woman. You didn't say, like, where you saw.
No. She said, we saw Seth out to dinner with someone.
Yeah.
And then Lisa was like, "You're trying to allude that Seth was out to dinner with a woman." And Mary was like, "He was. He was. She saw it." But like Bronwyn wouldn't say that.
Right.
She would only like take it so far in that moment.
It was weird. Wait, what did Mary say where she was like, "You're a good friend"?
No, it was the best moment of the entire episode, Rachel, when she was talking about how she struggles with loyalty. And Mary was like, "You were a good friend to her and you are loyal. Look how you stand by Todd."
Yes. And Bronwyn was like, what could she say to that?
Looked up at her like, "Fuck off."
What could she say?
Nothing.
Say?
Nothing.
That and Lisa, the eldest, were the best. That's what I mean. That's what I mean about why I really think something's wrong with Meredith, because Mary can't help but be brutally honest. Mary cannot help herself.
They even said that in the little play.
Yeah. Her words were like cut like a knife,
cut with like a silver tongue, silver knife. I don't know.
It's so true. One complaint about this episode, and this is all housewife shows, we've got to get rid of the time cards or whatever they are at the end. Whatever
at the
you
end,
call it.
I don't care.
Like, remember how good they used to be? They used to tell us really what was happening in somebody's life, and now they're just trying to be funny and they fell. It's like Heather, because that's what Heather's become. I was having this conversation with Ryan Bailey on Tuesday. Heather,
that she's trying to be funny.
It's like she was funny. She was so great the first season, and I feel like ever since then, Heather's been chasing the what we got from her the first season. But they always are trying to get her to be the comedian, or she is that in her ITMs, and that's what those time cards are. Those time cards represent Heather.
I think that Angie, Bronwyn, and Mary are the comedians of this show.
For sure. Angie was very quiet.
Yeah,
Angie was very quiet.
Angie didn't have need a lot to say.
She was very quiet.
Angie, what are they going to say? Like, Angie's in a good spot.
I just thought she would be more vocal and opinionated, and she just sat and watched.
She may have been a little drunk too.
She might have been.
But I would say in general, I thought the play was nice to Angie. But then I was like, Angie's kind of in a decent spot with everyone.
Yeah.
Like even Lisa, who probably hates Angie the most, wants to be friends with Angie.
No, she said it. She goes, we're crazy. It is. I forgot how she phrased it, but I was like,
Lisa wants to be friends with Angie more than Angie wants to be friends with Lisa right now. And that also makes me believe that Angie must be as successful as she says, because Lisa only wants to be friends with successful people.
Yeah. Yeah. That's very true.
In that moment, I was like, damn, Lisa really wants to be friends with Angie.
She
and
really
Angie's
likes
kind of like,
Angie's a good time.
But Angie's kind of like, I mean, if we're friends, we're friends. If we're not, we're not.
So good.
Angie's not pressed. But yeah, Angie may have been a little bit drunk too, but she was much more quiet. But generally, the people who make me laugh the most are Mary, Angie, and Bronwyn. Bronwyn is smart, so her like wittiness and how she comes back so quickly is fun and funny to me.
Yeah.
Same with Angie. I think Angie's smart and probably on the smarter end of this group, so she can come back quicker and has like her shade is just topper tier. And then Mary
she doesn't know she's funny.
I can't say it's on purpose. It's hilarious.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not.
Like her being like, look how you stand up for Todd. She was genuinely trying to give Bronwyn a compliment. I believe that. Just like I believe she is genuinely worried about Meredith. Like, I don't think that Mary really fakes the funk for the cameras, regardless of what the documentary on Hulu says.
And that's why I don't think people push back. If anybody else had said that to Bronwyn, Bronwyn would have said something back. But because it's Mary, it's like, there's no ill intent. There's like nothing
ill
bad.
intent.
Ill intent by what she's saying. It's just, that's Mary. I think that's what they say in their head. That's Mary.
I was gonna say, did you see what Monica has been putting out?
You know how I feel. I can't with Monica. What is she putting out?
She was just like, you guys are all worried about, or are all fake concerned about Meredith, but we're not going to talk about the cast member who blacked out and had us all quarantined in our room.
I did see that.
The cast member who brought Coke to BravoCon.
I did not see that part.
Yeah.
Who do we think she's talking
about? I have no idea who she was talking about, but the comments are saying it's Heather.
Coke to BravoCon. That I'm like, I can see any of them being blacked out and whatever. Not Mary or Lisa, but the Coke to BravoCon. I'm like, I have no idea which one of them is down.
Oh, who knows if it's even true?
Yeah, and who knows if it's even
Monica.
true?
Yeah,
like this is a woman who's dying to be for attention, to be asked to be back. Dropping my microphone. Very, very sorry. I'll say this late. Very, very true. When it ended with Heather crying with her hands in her head,
I
and
was like,
Whitney coming over to comfort her, and then Heather, like in what I believe to be, I think she was lit way, looks up and is like, "Who's hugging me?" Like the look on her face was like, "Who is this?" Oh, it's Whitney. Let me hug her.
When Heather put her hands on her face and started crying,
that's when we knew.
I was like, I've been there. She's not in a good place right now.
That's when we knew.
I wonder if they're going to bring it up at the reunion, because I really think she was gone.
I don't think they'll bring up alcohol just because I don't want them.
They don't generally do it.
Well, I just don't think that, like, you know, coming from reality TV, you just don't want people to think that you are allowing everybody to be so messed up, or the storylines are what they are because everyone's so messed up.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't think we'll get that, but I am very much so looking forward to the reunion. And it makes it seem like in the first part, we are getting I want to talk more about you and Todd, and Bronwyn saying, so Todd and I are separate. The way Bronwyn says stuff, like, that's what also makes Bronwyn funny. It's how she says things and when she says them. She's great comedic timing. She really does.
Oh, yeah. Like, she was saving that for the reunion.
So Todd and I are separated.
Yeah. It didn't seem like anybody knew either.
No, everybody was shocked.
Yeah.
Everybody's shocked. It was, I hope we get it in the first episode or the first part, because I would at least
we do.
Or the second, because I at least want another part after where she gives us more of it. Like,
more
fine, make it a cliffhanger, but then let's spend the next episode of the reunion breaking down what happened, why it happened, what the separation means, because they have not filed for divorce.
I do think it'll be a cliffhanger after episode 1 or 2, but I did see this morning pictures of Todd at dinner with a woman.
What was the source, Callie?
I don't know.
Did it look intimate?
Yeah.
Why? Were they in a booth together? I have to see this picture.
Callie is a little extreme.
You are our Dumois, and I love it. Did you see they revealed Dumois, allegedly?
I did. Oh, really?
Yeah, I
did see a TikTok that was like, in 2026, I've come to terms that I will always have the most screen time of my friends. Someone has to be the Paul Revere of pop culture.
That's hilarious.
And that's what I'm going to be. And I saw that and I was like, retweet.
That is so you. That is, whenever you're like, did you see? I'm like, Callie, the answer is always no. No. I did not see.
What's Todd's last name? Bronwyn.
Oh, shoot. Newport. Well, Bronwyn's is Newport. I don't know if that's Todd's.
Is that Todd's?
Todd Bradley is his name.
Todd spotted on a date with another woman at Ann Son's bar in West Village. The first comment underneath it was, and probably farting. I wasn't looking at
this picture. It looks like he went to hit on this. This woman does not look like she knows him.
I was going to say, looking at the actual picture, I'm not sure what's happening.
No, this looks like they're at a bar. He looks like he just came to talk to her. It does not look like they're having a moment.
Or like, I don't even know. They might even know each other, and it just looks like that. So, okay. So if Bronwyn saw that, if Bronwyn saw Seth sitting like that, I would not be.
Nah, she said they were at dinner.
I know. I'm just saying I wouldn't have even like probably brought it up.
Right. Well, I definitely think that they're separated and headed towards divorce, and it'll probably be one of those things that, like a Jason Momoa and Elisa Bonet, they'll file and it'll already be settled and done. I think they're just trying to figure out how they want to do it. I don't think that they're getting back together by any means, but I can't wait for Bronwyn to tell us more about that at the reunion. Yeah.
We took a lot of time in Salt Lake, so do you want to just like hit the hot spots with some other shows?
I mean, we can. We'll do a quick hitter here.
That's what I mean.
Nothing compares to Sisters of Salt, a Greek tragedy.
You know, the Southern Charm is my favorite, but this week it was Southern Charm ruled the week. But I always just love seeing my Charmers. Also, the Charmers were nominated for a GLAAD Award. Nothing really, speaking of GLAAD Awards, nothing really happened this episode except for Miss Pat had her dinner, which Rodrigo was not invited to.
Was he not invited, or did he just was he not able to come? Let's just assume he
no
wasn't
mention
able to come.
of Rodrigo. And some people wrote that Miss Pat has said that he's her least favorite Charmer.
Has he been to her house before?
I don't know.
I feel like I've seen him, but
I don't know. And then
he should wear that like a badge of honor.
I knew you were going to say that. But the Miss Pat's dinner was like pretty drama free. At the very end of it, Craig and Austin kind of buried the hatchet. I will say that the producers did Craig a favor, because Craig was like, Austin, you know what like riles me up. And then it showed the clip of that night, and it was like poke, 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 poke that Austin did, which in the episode, I remember saying on this pod, like, I can't pretend that Austin didn't poke him.
You did.
But in the flashback, I feel like they showed more poking. So they definitely did Craig a favor with that. But Craig apologized for lashing out, but he was just like, you did poke me, but I shouldn't have taken it there. And then Austin was basically like, I want to move forward. I want to be friends, but I don't want you lashing out at me anymore.
Yeah.
So that was good. Salley and Venita had their conversation where Salley was basically like, I'm not going to stop seeing Craig. And then in her confessional, Salley was like, I have never had a grown up try to tell me what I can and cannot do. Like, not even my parents. Which we've talked about this. I think Venita is trying to be a good friend. I just don't think that she is presenting it the way that I would want my friend to present it. I would want my friend to be like, you can do whatever you want to do. I'm just telling you that this is probably how it's going to end up.
Yeah.
But you do you.
You have those friends who, and maybe I've done that before. And the moment I was burned, the moment it was like, all right, this is what I'm going to do, I quickly learned, don't ever involve yourself like that. And I never have before. And I learned that at a young age. Maybe Venita hasn't had that experience yet, but let's hope she learns it after this, because none of what we're watching on Southern Charm is aging well for Salley in real life, because in real life, she's dogging Craig.
Okay, so then Salley was on Watch What Happens Live after the episode. She didn't really say anything horrible about Craig. Like she did at BravoCon. She was going so hard on him, which maybe we'll see more. I'm like, were you just embarrassed? And that's why you were going to, because it doesn't look like Craig does anything to her. So far from what we've seen on Southern Charm, he's not kissing her. He's not giving her that much other than come hang out in my hot tub at night. But I wouldn't say that Craig is really leading her on unless I'm missing something. I don't see it.
Yeah.
Everyone on the show seems to think Craig likes Charlie and not Salley. So I'm like, everyone else is seeing it. So I don't think he could be leading you on that much. So I don't know why she was going so hard at BravoCon unless something else is going to happen that we haven't seen yet. But she basically was like, y'all thought I was thirsty for Craig. Y'all have no idea what I'm like for Austin when he's single. And was basically like, Craig was never on my radar. It's always been about Austin. Which I'm like, so is that coming? I don't know.
I wish I didn't know in real time where Salley stood with things. So then it would be more enjoyable to watch on Southern Charm. But because I know where it's headed, like I didn't need them to be together, but just, you know, the TikToks or social media behavior where she's like insinuating certain things or that she got the ick or whatever. It's like, well, I'm not watching you get the ick now. So
but also, you didn't get the ick.
That's what she said.
I know. I've seen her TikToks, but I'm like, that ain't what happened. We watching it and he never...
Revisionist.
Yeah.
Revisionist. But no, but her ick comment was towards something he did on social or an interview.
He posted a video of him at the gym and was basically just like, live your life. Like, you only have one life to live. Like, do whatever makes you happy type of thing. And she was like, ew, immediate ick.
Yeah.
Which, like, his post was very, like, foo-foo. I don't know what you want to call it. But Salley is doing a lot.
A lot.
So, yeah, we'll see. But I still don't agree with Venita. Like, I agree with you. You can't control your friends.
Yeah.
All you can do is be like, good luck.
Yeah. And then
I
you decide.
I wouldn't recommend, but do you.
And you decide how you want to be with the friendship.
Yeah.
Like,
also, I think Venita is taking it personally. Like, you're choosing Craig over me.
Sure.
I don't think that Salley wanting Craig has anything to do with Venita. I think Salley just wants Craig. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, for sure.
But that is basically it from a charm.
I feel
standpoint.
like, I know, I feel like we would probably have more to say again if Salt Lake City wasn't just so huge. Like, even on Beverly Hills, the only big takeaway the women go to Sedona is they are slowly learning how much they don't like the new girl, Amanda.
Yeah.
Like, every little thing, it's, you know, I mean, Bose has clocked it from the beginning.
From day one. First, second.
And what you also realize is Kyle doesn't know her at all. Their literal connection is that she just bought your house. That's literally it. They don't, because Kyle's even like, so what is it exactly that you do? And even Amanda's like, well, you know, I see Kyle at like here and there at gatherings since, you know, I bought her house. That's really it. Sutton's already established she doesn't like her. They've got Rachel, and I hope this isn't an ongoing thing, critiquing people's fashion as they arrive.
Saw that clip.
I'm like, I don't need that to be an ongoing thing. But there's already, and I'll say, at least from what we're seeing, who knows how this woman is in person, but I have seen a clip of her I forgot that she was on Selling Sunset.
Yeah, I saw that.
And it really does seem to be a personality trait of hers, but she does come off unlikable.
Very.
And I know we've seen her with her husband, we've got that backstory, or fiance, we got that backstory, and we know she's got a young child and a blended family, but I want more from her because I want to, like, I would actually like, and I hope they do, I want to see her do her job. I want to see her coaching. I want to see what it looks like. A seminar.
Seems like a
and it'll be a lost opportunity if they don't have her do a seminar with the ladies.
Oh,
it will be a lost opportunity if she doesn't host a lunch
give that to me.
Where she is like explaining what she does and showing like the keys to success and how it has helped her. Like, it will be lost.
She got to be good doing.
When did that book come out?
She got to be good at something if she able to buy Kyle's house.
Yeah, no, and it seems like I'm trying to see when her book came out because she keeps referencing the book that she's known off of. Okay, it came out in 2022. So, like, this isn't even in my...
Does she only have one book?
I think she has more, but she's like, the book that I'm known for... Oh, wait, this is the journal. I wonder if, sometimes people do if the book is successful, they'll do a journal with it. So I can't really tell. Okay, maybe 2021. So that's pretty, okay. It makes sense why she continues to reference it. In my mind, when I think about like how that type of, those coaching and stuff like that.
Years.
Yeah, but when I think about that type of coaching and what was big, to me, that seems like a 10-year thing. Like that's when that stuff started booming and people like with when blogs were really popular and stuff, that's to me when that stuff was booming. But for her to have it in 2021, I get it. I didn't realize people were, I shouldn't say that because a Mel Robbins, a Jay Shetty, though, that type of like, people like that kind of stuff. So it does make sense.
But that's not her.
I saw Mel Robbins last night. Wouldn't have even known that was her. Literally, somebody said, that's Mel Robbins. And I was like, it is?
I know nothing about Mel Robbins other than things I've seen on TikTok.
I would never, if you line 10 women up, I would not have said that was her. And I've seen her before. I don't know. I just was like, oh.
Does she have brown hair?
You don't know her. You're thinking you do not know her. She does not. She is blonde.
Oh, she doesn't?
She's blonde.
I have no idea what this woman looks like.
You're thinking of Brene.
Oh, no, I know Brene Brown. I don't know. I have randomly heard Mel Robbins' name on TikTok like maybe a handful of times in the last 2 weeks. That was my first time ever hearing Mel Robbins. Prior to, I thought Mel Robbins was the man. So.
Well, we're just not like, there are people who are diehard into that, consume it. It's not for me. It's
not for me.
But she's in that category. But I would love
but hers
to see
is like a little different. But
online coaching, making money. Yeah. I hope, the season's done, it's shot with. They can't go back and do it. But if you did this season and she comes back for another, you've got to let her sit down and show what it is that she does. It'll be a disaster for her.
I was going to say it'd be horrible for her business-wise.
But we need it. We need to see it. We need to see it. I would love
to see that.
So many things are on, you guys. We didn't get to Vanderpump. Potomac.
I'm off Vanderpump. I haven't watched it in a few weeks. I need to get back in it.
Well,
Although I don't see anyone talking about it. So please let us know if you think we should keep going with it.
I'm watching it. It's like
I have watched Potomac, and it's so hard to watch Potomac and how Wendy is spending money. It's really, really hard to watch.
I wonder how we would be watching it if we didn't know this about her, but sure.
Even if you didn't know, there's things that she's doing that you're like, why would you spend money on that?
Yeah. Even
if you had no idea. Knowing just makes it a million times worse. And then Angel, hot mess.
I'm not going to say hot mess.
I think that she's going to come back for another season, though. I don't think she's a one-hit wonder anymore. I think she will be back.
I don't think she thought this through before she signed this contract.
I think she is too close to being postpartum. I don't think she really knew what she was getting into.
Yep.
She probably watched the show, which we all do. We all watch the show and are like, I would do this if I was on. I would do this and da-da-da-da. And then you get there and it's just like not like that. And obviously in general, these women aren't like open arms. Let's take in on any franchise really. It is a rough start for the new people. So you kind of have to go in like knowing who you are and being firm in that and having a good attitude. And that's just not what she has. I do, even though it's been rough, it's been really rough. Really, really, really rough for her. I feel better about her coming on for another season now than I did a couple of weeks ago.
What was the moment that it changed for you?
That's something. Nothing that I've seen on the show. What's changed for me is her interviews. When she's talking about people, I feel like she just gets it a little bit more now.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, she seems way more prepared in these interviews than she did for the actual show.
Everybody should get 2 seasons, even Anna Marie. I just feel like
no.
I'm not saying I liked her and I enjoyed her.
I'm good.
And this isn't me taking up for her. I just feel like for these type of shows, you, at least with Housewives, I don't know about every Bravo show, but for Housewives, you got to give them 2 seasons. Even Diana Jenkins, who I did not like, you should give somebody 2 seasons, but I do want a second season of Angel. I don't like Angel on the show, but I feel really sorry for her. And I really do. I wrote on somebody's, because I'm all about threads these days. I wrote on somebody's thread, and they posted the clip of Angel basically cosplaying as Beyonce for 3 seconds when they landed, and she had her head tilted down with the cowboy hat. And when they landed and they walked through, she slow motioned her head up, smiling like she was Cowboy Carter. And they were eating her up online. And I wrote on somebody's page and I go, Angel can't do anything right. And I'm like, is she insecure? Do I think she thought this through? No. But also Angel can't make, Angel was not evicted. Please, guys, like that. Giselle and Ashley are mean. They're being mean to her. And I like them both. And I know them both outside of this. But they are being mean to her. And I do appreciate Wendy saying, one thing Wendy said right last episode, and one thing Wendy said wrong. Last episode, Wendy was like, you got to just learn to have a thick skin. You just got to learn to roll. She was like, they were so mean to me when I first came. You just got to move through it, push through it. But Wendy, knowing that, then why are you so mean to Angel? Angel,
knowing that, Wendy, then why did you change your entire personality, change the way you dressed, invest so much money into everything to prove exactly what they wanted to get from you, and potentially lose your life?
Yeah. She did. She changed it all
great
up.
Advice. I wish she took it herself.
And I said this before, she's so being one of the mean girls. And if you remember how you were treated, then why are you subjecting, not having somebody else's back? You can still be friends with Giselle and Ashley, like Tia is, and still be like, hey guys, relax, that's enough. And I don't feel like Kay takes up enough for her. Kay gets real quiet.
Yeah, she does, because she doesn't want it to turn to her. Tia is the main one that takes up for her.
Oh, Tia.
With the whole eviction thing, Tia was like, guys, she was not evicted.
She wasn't evicted. And then them being like, well, we've got more information. You don't get evicted while you're renting. Not like that. The lease was up.
She seemed like an Airbnb. I understand Ashley and Giselle, or mostly Giselle, but them both being like, oh, so you came here for the show. That makes sense to me. From them, I would be like, oh, you were never going to buy, whatever. That makes sense to me. Yes, and she did. Now, Angel could easily just be like, my husband is from here. We're planning on moving back here. We haven't found a house yet. Y'all can believe what you want.
Yeah.
If someone tried to tell me that I was evicted, I'd be like, okay, if you want to believe I was evicted. Angel, you're nowhere near from being evicted. So why do you even care?
Right.
Now, if they said that Wendy got evicted, I would understand if Wendy was defensive. She got 62 credit cards. I'd be defensive too.
Yeah.
But Angel, you ain't got no reason to be defensive. You weren't evicted.
Yeah. It's just, I understand her being sensitive to it because, again, this is a pile-on from a bunch of other stuff, but I just am like, God, y'all got to get up off this storyline with her. Or even being like, why aren't we staying at your house? Guys, there's 8 or 9 of you. Y'all could not fit 8 or 9 people either in your house.
100%.
Stop.
Also, I don't want you in my house. You said I got evicted.
And the things to bitch about is that her house is an hour away and this house is an hour from the airport. The producer set her up with that.
So to be fair, no. To be fair, everything is an hour from Denver's airport. Denver's airport is an hour away.
But Colorado Springs is closer to Denver airport. But is that where she is? Wherever she has been.
I don't know where she's at.
Why is there not a house?
When I go to Denver, you gonna be in a car for an hour from that airport.
That part I can deal with because a lot of places, technically LAX is an hour for me because of traffic.
Denver is far. It's not traffic. You are on that damn road.
But that's fine if they were all staying there, but then they have to go another hour to her house. And I just feel like producers set her up like, this is a great house because they knew the travel would be a storyline. That's crazy. If y'all want to bitch about something, do that. But this other storyline, we got to let it go.
Yeah, agreed.
We got to let it go.
Also, I didn't get to watch Shaw's, but I'm excited for Shaw's, and we will be covering Shaw's.
We will be covering Shaw's for sure.
We love Shaw's, but Salt Lake just took up way too much time.
I love it. I love it. The moment they started the tragedy, I was like, I could talk about this for hours. So you didn't get hours, but you got a lot of minutes.
One more question before we wrap this up. Everyone should be so excited. NFL playoffs start this weekend. I was just curious what time the Cowboys play.
I was like, what time they start? I was like, well, Saturday. But the fact that it was a dig, Callie, we've known for weeks that the Cowboys were not going to make it. Who is your team?
I had to do that. How do you not know the Bills?
Maybe I did. You say it, and say this is a wonky playoff season because the teams that have not been good are all in the playoffs.
Well, yes, but also I just think that no one is good. I don't think that there's any team that I'm like, they're for sure. Everyone seems to be somewhat level.
I mean, Seahawks, Denver, Seahawks and Denver having some of the best.
Seahawks and Denver. What about Jaguars and Panthers?
Well, they're in it. I mean, them having the best records.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I just
what
think
is
that
this?
Anybody can win. It is wide open. And I am joking with you because I had to.
Well, it's hilarious.
But I mean, the Panthers could beat the Rams this weekend. The Jaguars could beat the Bills this week. I literally think that anybody can win.
Yeah, Super Bowl will be interesting.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Callie. Thank you. I'm rooting for the Bills. I like to see the Bills. I've wanted them to beat the Chiefs forever, and it actually sucks that they're coming in on a year that the Chiefs and the Ravens are not in. Well, as like a viewer, it's like I want them to do well when what I felt like the better talent was in.
The Ravens a bunch. The Chiefs are the main.
The Ravens and the Chiefs not being in the playoffs, it's weird.
Yeah. And the way the Ravens aren't in the playoffs was also really rough. But
that was a good game.
But I'm excited to see what happens this weekend.
Guys, she's a woman who watches it all. She's Callie Curry. She doesn't miss a thing. We hope you guys that you enjoyed this episode, that you're keeping up with everything that is on Bravo. We've got so much and so much more to come. Next week, we'll dive into more shows. But until then, have a safe weekend, and we will see you guys Tuesday on the new show. Bye.
Bye.